welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're taking a close look at something really transforming travel, especially for property owners in, well, stunning places like Kavala, Greece. We're diving into smart home technology for short-term rentals, STRs.
Right.
Our mission today is really to unpack how this tech isn't just a nice-to-have anymore. It's becoming a necessity, really, for getting that competitive edge.
Absolutely. Especially in such a dynamic market.
Exactly. So we'll focus on the real returns, the ROI, and maybe just as importantly, how these things actually make the guest experience better.
And to guide us, we've dug into some key materials. There are excerpts from the Smart Home Technology for STR Properties in Kavala, ROI Guide 2025, and also a really insightful blog post, Smart Home Technology for STR Properties in Kavala, ROI Analysis and Guest Experience Enhancement. Basically, we're pulling out the key nuggets for you.
Great. So you get the clear, concise picture.
That's the plan.
All right, so let's start with the big why. Why does this smart home stuff matter so much for STRs right now, specifically in Kavala?
Yeah.
I mean, the rental scene there seems to be changing fast, especially for owners in places like Paleotsifliki, near Eklitsa.
Yeah, Paramos, yeah. All those popular spots.
So what's really driving this shift?
Well, looking at the sources, you've got this broader context, right? Greece's tourism sector, it's bounced back incredibly strongly. And northern Greece, particularly Kavala, is seeing this big surge in demand, both Greeks and international visitors.
Okay.
And the sources really hammer this home. Modern guests, especially, post-pandemic, they don't just like seamless, contactless experiences. They kind of expect them now.
Right. It's gone from perk to prerequisite.
Exactly. It's like a new baseline for what makes a good stay.
And that's where the smart home tech sits in perfectly. It gives guests that smooth experience they want. But it also seems to offer some pretty solid benefits for the owners and managers in Kavala, too. It sounds like a win-win.
It really is shaping up that way.
Yeah.
And if you think about Kavala specifically, you've got those seasonal peaks and troughs in demand.
Right, with summer rush.
Yeah, and a really diverse mix of guests, plus all sorts of properties, beachfront apartments, traditional old houses.
Okay.
So investing in smart tech becomes quite strategic. It helps bridge that gap, between the lovely traditional Greek hospitality.
Which people still want.
Absolutely. And the modern convenience travelers are just used to now.
Yeah.
It enhances both.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, so we know the why. Let's get into the what. What are the absolute must-have smart home gadgets for these Kavala properties, the foundational stuff?
So the sources are really clear here. Smart locks. They're probably the single most impactful first step.
The foundation, you said?
Yeah, definitely the foundation for that contactless check-in. Think about it. Guests arriving late flights, ferries, next season chaos.
I can only imagine. Trying to coordinate key handoffs.
Exactly. Smart locks just wipe that problem out. It seriously cuts down the complexity for Airbnb managers.
Yeah, I bet. Our sources mention a few names: Yale, Connexus L1, August, Smart Lock Pro, Nuki, and crucially that they work with Greek doors. That's a key practical detail.
Very important detail.
But beyond just making arrivals easier, what else do these locks offer? Any sort of less obvious wins?
Well, think about the control. You generate unique codes for each guest. They expire automatically.
Right, secure.
You can see when people enter. You can grant instant access for cleaners right after checkout remotely. It saves so much time and boosts security massively.
Okay.
And the surprising bit, how quickly it pays for itself. We're talking, 150 to 400 euro per lock? And the ROI, the payback time, is often just 6 to 12 months. That's fast.
Wow, okay. That is quick.
Yeah, so it's not just about saving hassle. It's a smart financial move that often acts as the gateway drug, let's say, for other smart tech. Owners see the benefit fast.
Right. It proves the concept. And for those coastal places like Nia, Ereklitsa, you mentioned weather resistance.
Oh, definitely. That salty, humid air.
Yep.
You need locks built to handle it. Durability is key there.
Good tip. Okay, moving inside. Something guests absolutely demand now. Good internet. Reliable, fast Wi-Fi.
Non-negotiable, yeah.
I imagine bad Wi-Fi is probably the quickest way to sync your reviews.
Oh, absolutely. And it's a common issue in Kavala, especially, in those lovely traditional stone houses or older buildings. Wi-Fi dead zones are a real pain.
Yeah, thick walls.
Exactly. It's not just annoying for streaming Netflix. People work remotely now. They need to plan things. Poor Wi-Fi really impacts the whole trip.
So the fix our sources point to is mesh Wi-Fi. Systems like Aero Pro 6 or TP-Link Deco.
Yeah, mesh systems are perfect for this. They spread the signal evenly, cover the whole property, and handle, the half dozen devices each guest seems to bring nowadays.
Laptops, phones, tablets.
Yeah. And the ROI on this, it's almost immediate. Better reviews, fewer complaints right away, because bad Wi-Fi is such a common gripe.
Makes sense. And the cost seems pretty reasonable, too, around 100 to 300 euros.
Yeah, very approachable for such a critical amenity.
Okay, let's shift to comfort and costs. Climate control. Kavala gets hot summers, cooler shoulder seasons. This feels important.
Hugely important, and even more so now, with energy costs in Greece having gone up significantly.
Right.
So automated climate control, like smart thermostats, becomes really valuable.
So things like the Nest Learning Thermostat, Honeywell Lyric, these let managers, pre-cool the place before guests show up?
Exactly. Pre-cool, preheat, automatically adjust temps when it's empty so you're not cooling an empty room.
Ah, smart.
Set schedules, maybe different temps for different rooms, and track energy use remotely. It's all about hitting that sweet spot comfort without breaking the bank.
And the savings are real.
Oh, yeah. The sources quote figures like 15-25% energy cost reduction in shoulder seasons, maybe 10-15% in peak summer.
Bam.
For a typical, say, two-bed apartment in Pagliozzi Flicky, that could easily be 200 to 400 euros saved annually.
Okay, that's substantial.
It is. The investment is maybe 200 to 600 euro per property, and the payback is around 8 to 18 months. So a really solid long-term play.
Makes sense. All right, next up, security and monitoring. Peace of mind for everyone, I guess.
Precisely. For owners, knowing the property is secure. For guests, feeling safe. And potentially lower insurance costs down the line.
Okay. Our sources mention things like Ring doorbells, Arlo cameras, Simple Safe. But they stress being non-intrusive.
Absolute critical. Respecting guest privacy is paramount.
So for Kavala, what's the focus?
Primarily exterior cameras covering entrances, maybe parking areas. Smart doorbells are great. Window and door sensors. And noise monitors can be really useful.
Noise monitors to prevent parties.
Sort of, yeah. More to just get an alert if things get excessively loud, especially in residential buildings, so you can address it before it becomes a neighbor complaint. Discreetly, of course.
Okay. Now, one thing that jumped out at me was the emphasis on complying with Greek privacy laws, GDPR, and being totally transparent with guests about any devices. Why is that so crucial?
It's huge. Legally, under GDPR, you have strict rules about surveillance and data, but beyond the law, it's about trust.
Right.
If a guest discovers an undisclosed camera, even an exterior one, that's trust broken. Leads to terrible reviews, maybe even legal trouble. Transparency builds confidence.
So disclose everything clearly in the listing in the house manual.
Absolutely. It shows respect and professionalism. The investment here is maybe 150 to 500 euro, and the ROI is longer, 12, 24 months, factoring in that potential insurance benefit and, well, avoiding costly disputes.
Got it. Okay, so those are the essentials. What about things that go beyond the basics? Enhancing the vibe, maybe? Smart lighting?
Yeah, smart lighting like Philips Hue or LAFX has this great dual benefit. Operationally, you get remote control, scheduling, energy tracking.
So you can automate lights to come on before guests arrive, make it look occupied when empty?
Exactly. Welcome sequences, energy saving through dimming. But then there's the ambiance factor. Good lighting makes spaces feel nicer, photos look better.
Which helps bookings.
Definitely. Better reviews, too.
And the sources mentioned something cool for Kavala's coastal spots, adjusting lights to match the sunset.
Yeah, isn't that neat? Imagine the lights subtly warming up as the sun goes down over the sea, creates those memorable little moments guests talk about.
That's a lovely touch. Investment.
Typically 100 to 400 euro for a property, payback around 18-24 months. It's more of an enhancement, but a powerful one.
Okay, let's crunch the numbers. The ROI analysis. What are the overall figures our sources suggest for Kavala property owners?
Well, looking at the data from managed properties there, it's pretty compelling. You're looking at a year one investment, typically of maybe 1,000 euro to 2,000 euro per property for a solid setup.
Okay.
That investment generates annual operational savings energy, less time spent managing keys, fewer call-outs somewhere in the 300 to 600 range.
Right.
But the kicker is the revenue impact. They estimate a 5-12% increase driven by better reviews, higher ratings, and ultimately more bookings because guests actively look for these features now.
5 to 12% revenue bump plus the savings. That adds up.
It really does.
Let's make it concrete. There was that case study, a 2-bedroom apartment in Nia Iraklica. What happened there?
Right, that specific example. The initial investment was 1,400.
Okay.
They tracked annual energy savings of 380 euro. And they valued the reduced management time, fewer trips for keys, thermostat tweaks, etc., at about €200 a year. And on top of that, they saw an 8% improvement in their booking rate, which they directly linked to the smart upgrades and the positive feedback.
So add that all together.
Yeah.
What's the annual benefit? And the payback time?
Total annual benefit came out to €850, which meant the ROI period, getting their initial $1,400 back, was just 18 months.
18 months. That's impressive.
It is surprisingly quick, and it shows these aren't just nice-to-haves. They're investments that pay for themselves relatively fast. It frees up managers to focus less on the tedious stuff and more on the guest,
Makes sense. And that ties directly into guest satisfaction.
Yeah.
What are guests rating higher?
Exactly. Properties with these features consistently score better on check-in ease. That contactless element is huge. Comfort, because the climate control just works. Connectivity, the reliable Wi-Fi, and that feeling of security.
All things that drive those 5-star reviews.
Precisely, which leads to more bookings. It's a virtuous cycle.
Okay, so for an owner in Kavala thinking, this sounds good, but where do I start? It can feel overwhelming.
Yeah, definitely. But the sources recommend a practical, phased approach. Don't try to do everything at once.
Right, so phase 1, what's first?
Phase 1, first couple of months, hit the essentials, smart locks on all doors, get that Mess Wi-Fi system installed, and maybe a basic camera covering the main entrance.
Okay, the big impact items first.
Exactly. Quick wins for operations and guest experience.
Then phase 2, months 3 to 6.
Now you build on it. Smart thermostat goes in, smart lighting, maybe just in the main living areas to start, and consider those noise monitors if you're in a denser area.
Okay, layering and comfort and control.
Right. And then phase 3, maybe months 6 to 12, you round it out. A more comprehensive security system if needed, smart lighting throughout, and crucially, integrating everything with your property management software if you use one.
The integration piece.
That's key for automation. Generating access codes automatically, setting heating schedules based on bookings, remote monitoring. It streamlines things massively.
So it's a manageable step-by-step process.
Yeah.
Not a huge upfront shock.
Exactly. Build confidence, see the returns at each stage. It makes it much less daunting, especially for smaller operators.
Okay, beyond the tech itself, what about choosing the right tech for Greece? Any specific strategic things to keep in mind?
Yes, definitely. Don't just pick the flashiest gadget. Think local conditions. We mentioned climate resistance for coastal areas, humidity, salt air.
Right.
Also, local support. Are there Greek distributors? Can you get help or warranty service easily?
Good point. Nothing worse than tech you can't fix.
Exactly. Power compatibility, obvious, but check it works with Greek standards. And connectivity, make sure it plays nice with the local internet providers.
Okay, practical stuff. And you mentioned integrating with property management software, like Hostfully or Guesty.
Yeah.
How much of a difference does that make?
Oh, it's a game changer for managers handling multiple properties or even just one efficiently.
How so?
Imagine a booking comes in, the system automatically creates a unique door code for the guest's stay dates and sends it to them.
Nice.
It automatically tells the thermostat to warm up the place before they arrive. It lets you check remotely if the cleaner remembered to lock up. It automates so many manual tasks.
Frees up a lot of time and reduces errors, I bet.
Massively. Allows managers to focus on guest communication, marketing, improving the property, the higher value stuff.
So, looking ahead, how do you make sure the tech you install today isn't obsolete tomorrow? Future-proofing.
Good question. Focus on established and upcoming standards, like ensure Wi-Fi stuff is Wi-Fi 6 compatible.
Okay.
Look for support for protocols like Matter or Thread. These promise better interoperability between different brands in the future.
So devices can talk to each other more easily.
Exactly. Choose cloud-based systems generally as they get updates and allow robust remote control. And prioritize devices with good energy monitoring features that data helps you optimize over time.
Smart. Okay, finally, let's quickly break down the recommendations and ROI for different types of properties in Kavala, because a studio is different from a villa.
Right. So for a typical studio, maybe in Neaparamos, the recommended investment is maybe €800 to €1,200. Focus on the core, lock, Wi-Fi, basic climate control, ROI, pretty fast, 12-15 months.
Okay, and for a standard 2-bedroom apartment, like in Peliosifliki,
There, you'd probably invest a bit more, say $1,200 to $1,800. You can add some smart lighting, maybe better security. ROI is still strong, maybe 15-18 months.
got it. And for the bigger places, villas, larger houses.
Yeah, for those, you're looking at $1,800, maybe up to $3,000. Here, you might need multi-zone climate control, more extensive security, more automation. The ROI takes a bit longer, 18-24 months, but the operational savings on a complex property can be really significant.
Makes sense. The scale's different.
So yeah, to kind of wrap up our deep dive, the clear message from the sources is that smart home tech isn't just fluff for Kavala STRs. It's a strategic investment. It delivers real, measurable returns, operational efficiency, energy savings, and that crucial boost in guest satisfaction that drives bookings.
And the key seems to be that smart, phased approach. Start with the essentials, focus on guest value, pick tech suited for Greece, and tie it into your management process.
Exactly. It's not just about adding gadgets. It's about building a smarter, more efficient, more guest-friendly rental business.
Which is essential in such a competitive market.
Absolutely. So maybe the final thought to leave you with is this. How can implementing this strategically not just improve things now, but actually shape a sustainable competitive advantage for your property's long-term success in Kavala?
Something to really think about.